Is that movie where there's a squirrel and a moose? The squirrel's got like goggles on its head, and the moose talks like, "Oh, Rocky," or like, "Ooh," like that. You know what I'm talking about? There's also a Canadian Mountie and a evildoer named Snidely Whiplash. Dude. You're looking at me like you don't know what I'm talking about, and that worries me. Do you know what I'm talking about? It was a show called Rocky and Bullwinkle, which I believe was like, tell me if I'm right or wrong on this. If I'm not mistaken, there was a show. It was like a bunch of different characters in like a shell show, like how Animaniacs had a lot of recurring characters, and I think the shell show was Dudley Do-Right. Or was it Rocky and Bullwinkle? I don't know. They exist in the same universe. That's all I... And there was a movie where Dudley Do-Right was played by Brendan Fraser. And I still remember that movie to this day. It was one of the first DVDs I got as a kid, and I just watched it all the time.
So do you still have it?
Probably. I don't think I have it on my collection rack there, but... I think it's still in my possession.
Great.
Somewhere.
Great.
So, I didn't think of a movie of the week. Did you?
No.
Okay. Well, let's take the time.
Alright.
Do you want...
No, don't stop it. Just let it play. It's fine.
Do you want the episode to start like that?
Yeah.
We're just not prepared?
Yes. You did this, Colin.
I'm sorry.
Now you have to sit in it.
Okay.
You want to talk about your meal before...
My meal today was a Spam sandwich with onions. And
how many onions, Colin?
A lot of onions.
Like too many onions?
Too many onions. I would argue not enough onions. And like any good onion meal, I followed it up with ice cream.
Oh my god. Imagine onions and ice cream. That just sounds
I don't have to imagine. It's very real to me.
Oh no. Yeah, alright. Great.
Google Chrome's not working on my laptop. I'm gonna have to look it up on my phone.
That's fine. I'm looking up our emails right now.
This provides a nice little behind the scenes to what it's like before we open an episode.
Surprise, surprise, we don't have any new emails.
Oh no.
Because somebody out there didn't email us.
Yeah.
Audience of
looking
4 people.
Looking at you, audience.
Oh, yeah. That's okay. We love you all anyway.
What's a movie that I really liked but I didn't talk
I Want
about?
to Eat Your Pancreas. You should have seen it. It was a big old spike. It was really funny.
Okay.
Oh.
I've got my song and my movie.
I don't have my movie yet.
Okay.
What's a good movie, guys?
Let us know.
Email us. What are good movies? Please tell
Well, there's
me.
Hugo.
Oh, you're right. I should have known.
Oh, this is like the Director's Cut podcast? Where it starts before...
Oh, you know what? I'm just gonna do... Hi, guys. Welcome to the podcast. It's me, your boy.
Hello, dolls.
I hate you. I'm gonna do the movie that I was gonna do last week, but then it changed to We're Back with the dinosaurs.
Yeet.
Yeet.
Did
Do you remember what that movie was?
I have no clue.
It was Monsters, Inc., my man.
Hey, that's a good movie.
Remember Monsters, Inc.?
I take it we're starting with movies then.
No.
Okay. It's a ruse.
No, but Monsters, Inc., it's good. I really like that movie. You got John Goodman as the voice of Monster.
I recently rewatched it with Zach.
Did you?
Yeah.
Cool.
In SciTube, just me and him and a friend of his, we watched Monsters, Inc., and it was a good time. I hadn't seen it for a long time. I didn't remember that Steve Buscemi plays Randall.
Yeah.
I had no memory of that.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh wow,
He's creepy as hell.
yeah.
He does a really good job.
He's a great villain. Like one of my favorite Pixar villains. He's great.
I hated him as a child. He legitimately scared me.
Yeah, me too. He was freaky. It was the idea that he could go invisible and just like show up.
Yeah, just show up, and then he had that weird suction thing, which did something really weird to his partner.
Yeah.
Which freaked me out as a child, and I was like, no.
Yeah. Good movie.
Thanks. I thought so.
My pick's a little weirder. Okay.
You choose Pixel?
I did, yes.
Have you ever seen Pixel?
No, I've not. You mean Pixels, the Adam Sandler
Yeah, the
vehicle?
Adam Sandler.
My pick's a little different because last week I picked a pretentious art horror movie, and this week I'm changing it up. I'm picking Neon Demon, which is a pretentious art horror movie.
I hate you.
And I promise I'm going to get out of these eventually, but I looked through my list of movies just now, and it's like, I feel like talking about Neon Demon. So, have you seen Neon Demon?
I haven't.
Nicholas Winding Refn. Refn.
Nicholas Winding Refn.
That guy. He did.
Wait. Who?
He did Drive, and he did God Only Forgives, or Only God Forgives, and he did Neon Demon.
Yeah, but what's his name?
Nicholas Winding Refn.
Good.
I have no clue. I don't know how you pronounce it.
Dennis Vindaloo.
Dennis Vindaloo.
That's how you pronounce it.
Yeah, Nicholas's movies. Okay, you've seen Drive.
I have seen Drive, and I really like Drive.
Yes, Drive is a fantastic movie, and Neon Demon is hard to describe. Less so a fantastic movie. Neon Demon's a great example of a movie that works visually and not much else. But it's a great movie from a visual standpoint, so if you like visual stuff, give it a shot. And if you like Keanu Reeves playing a weird rapist, give it a shot.
So if you like Keanu Reeves, give it a shot. I'm sorry, no, that's not true.
I'm
sorry, Keanu.
Don't do my boy Keanu wrong.
I'm sorry.
Keanu Reeves is just the most delightful person.
I'm sorry, it was just a joke. It was just a joke, my man.
But he does play a creepy rapist in Neon Demon. And he's great in it. The performance...
Does he play it a little too well?
It's the only movie I've ever seen where I've been genuinely creeped out by Keanu Reeves. And I was like, I forgot all about Bill and Ted when I saw him in that movie. I was like, oh, jeez, you don't want this guy in your life.
I've only seen The Excellent Adventure. I've never seen Their Bogus Journey.
You haven't?
No.
Oh, man, it's a masterpiece. I changed my mind. My movie of the week is Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey.
Is that the one where they go to hell?
That's the one where they go to hell and it ends in a Primus concert.
Well, and even The Excellent Adventure, I was like half asleep for.
Yeah, man.
So I really should do a double feature of those two.
Well, see, the thing, you know how I saw Bogus Journey?
How'd you see Bogus Journey?
I had just watched Excellent Adventure with Abe, our friend Abe, and I was like, I've never seen the sequel. And he was like, what? And then he showed it to me.
Alright,
so
that's fair.
So now I'm doing that to you, because once you see the sequel, you can never go back.
That's fair.
You can never unsee the sequel.
That's fair.
It's so bogus, dude. I don't even know if it's good or bad. It's just weird. Yeah, they go to hell. They go to heaven. They're dead. They're straight up dead in that movie. They get killed. They get killed and they go to the afterlife.
Oh, that's hilarious.
And it's like, whoa! That movie's insane. And they get replaced by like robot clones of them.
Oh my god.
Who are like evil.
What the hell?
Man, that is the best movie.
Right.
But no, Neon Demon, if you like to drive, give it a shot. It's a lot more visual than Neon Demon. Neon Demon was kind of subdued as far as the visuals go. It was more about the characters and the pacing and the story. Neon Demon's just this like neon bleached nightmare. So if you like that kind of thing, you'll like it.
Cool.
That's that out of the way. Have you been seeing any?
I forgot about this last week, but I watched Waterboy again.
Oh,
remember Waterboy?
Vaguely.
Adam Sandler and Waterboy.
No.
Rosie
no,
O'Donnell.
I don't actually. No, I'm thinking Cabin Boy.
Roseanne in Waterboy.
I'm thinking of Cabin Boy. I've never seen Waterboy.
Who's that? Rob
Schneider
in Waterboy.
I know nothing about Waterboy. I only know the title. I don't know what it's about.
Nowadays, people would call it horribly offensive.
Well, yeah. It's an Adam Sandler movie, of course.
But back in the day, this movie was hilarious. This was like a movie people would show everybody because they loved it.
Does Adam Sandler play like a mentally challenged person?
Yes.
Well, I mean, more so than usual.
Yes.
Okay.
Do you remember the movie Radio?
No,
Have you seen Radio?
Do you remember the movie Radioland Murders, directed by George Lucas? Is the real question here. No, I haven't seen the movie Radio.
You haven't seen Radio?
No.
Oh my goodness.
It doesn't really ring a bell. But you know what does though? Radioland Murders, which is George Lucas.
That's besides the point.
George Lucas's crowning achievement. Yeah.
The movie Radio is a fantastic movie about this mentally challenged guy who ends up going and playing football. Right. And it's a fantastic movie.
I can see why it's called Radio.
You would if you watched it.
Okay, fair enough.
You ass. I couldn't. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. I'll stop the bullying.
No.
I'm just in a mood anyway.
Okay.
Alright.
Anyway. So Radio, fantastic movie. Should have been my movie of the week, but I forgot about it until just now.
Okay.
So it'll be my movie of the next week.
Sounds good.
But yeah, fantastic movie. This is basically that, but really dumb. And a comedy.
Alright.
So you have Adam Sandler, who plays a mentally challenged 30-some-year-old guy who is a water boy for a college football team.
Mm-hmm. And
then he ends up getting fired as water boy, so then he goes and becomes water boy for this bad college football team.
Oh.
And then he tackles a guy because they were bullying him because that's what they do.
And then
challenged.
Hold on, I'll tell you the rest of it. And
yeah,
they're like, wow, that guy could tackle. And then they like bring him onto the team, and he like gets really good at football. Is that how it goes?
Yeah, but you have to tell me the rest of the plot.
Oh, jeez.
It's really, really easy. You're like almost there.
And then he gets transferred to the good team.
No,
but he becomes a hero on the bad team, right?
Yes.
Oh,
you're getting really close.
How cliched could this get?
Very.
I don't know. I give up.
So you're completely right so far.
Okay.
He goes onto the bad team, and then he ends up making it all the way to the finals.
All right.
And then he beats the good team.
Oh, okay.
You forgot about that part.
So I was right in that the good team gets back involved, but I was wrong about the circumstances.
For sure.
Okay. All right.
A little bit of the stuff that you didn't get because why would you? Who cares? Yeah. He's not actually. He didn't ever pass school, so he doesn't have a GED. So technically, he can't be in college. So then, the bad team brings that up and says, legally, you can't play in a college team. Blah blah blah. And then he takes a test, and then he can, because he passed the test. He worked really hard.
Okay.
And then you also forgot about the really bad romance portions.
Oh, well,
because there's always those.
Yeah. Haven't you Haven't you also recently done a movie of the week where it was a bad movie about a guy with mental illness?
Oh, that was The Ringer.
Okay, right.
A completely different movie.
Right, no,
I wouldn't have Waterboy be my movie of the week.
Alright, okay. Despite the fact that it is your movie of the week.
It's not my movie of the week.
Okay, your movie of the week's
Monsters, Inc.
Oh! That's right, we're out
what
of the
the hell is wrong with you?
Sorry.
Dude.
Well, it's your fault, because you...
I said Radio would have been my movie of the week.
And then, in my head, I thought for some reason you picked Waterboy instead.
No.
Okay, never mind.
No.
I'm with it. I'm with the picture now. All right.
But anyway, yeah. So, I watched that a couple weeks ago, and I forgot to bring it up. But it's dumb.
Oh.
It still has some parts that made me go, and my God, some of the tackles in that movie, you can feel them. You're just like, oh.
Yeah, I think that was a thing with like Adam Sandler movies. He did like physical violence in a really impactful way.
Yeah.
Because that's tantamount to his brand of comedy. Yeah.
Yep.
Like I'm thinking the Bob Barker scene in the
Oh my goodness, yeah. The price is wrong. I love that movie too.
Oh my goodness. I saw that in a bus to Denver and it was oof. I mean,
there's some of those old Adam Sandler movies. I actually enjoy them, even though they're awful movies.
Yeah,
dumb comedy, like we were talking about in A24.
It's like the thing about the early A20.
Try it again.
The thing about the early Adam Sandler movies is that Adam Sandler is as bad as ever, but like the people around Adam Sandler kind of care more. So like the movies are a little better, but like Adam Sandler is still just like.
He's just Adam Sandler. I don't think he hates himself yet. In those movies.
No, you see him in like Pixels, and it's like this man wants to die. He's just lost his will to live.
Oh goodness!
And that's almost funnier to me.
Oh my God!
He's just looks depressed.
Oh
like,
my God!
Man.
No, I love Happy Gilmore. I think that movie's great. It's really dumb. It's a bad movie, but I love it.
Yeah.
Same thing with like Anger Management and
well, Anger Management's got the Jack Nicholson angle, so that really helps it. Do you remember that episode, the scene in Anger Management where like Jack Nicholson is singing to Adam Sandler in the car?
Yeah.
And he's like tra la 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 la, and he's got this dumb look on his face, and I loved it. Oh man,
it's something like this.
Yeah, it's like exactly. Anger Management, man. I haven't thought of it.
So pretty.
Yeah.
Oh, so pretty. Oh,
so pretty and witty
and bright. And I pity anyone who's not as pretty as I.
Anger Management is a classic.
I love that movie.
I bet if I watched it these days, I would hate it, but I liked it as a kid.
Yeah, no, a lot of those old Adam Sandler movies I enjoyed. And then Jack and Jill happened. Have you seen that movie?
No, I've not. I remember when it came out, and I was like, oof.
I've been actively avoiding that movie.
Yeah, me too.
I saw about 14 seconds of a clip of that movie as I was walking by, and I'm like, no.
Ouch. It's like looking at a car wreck.
It is. It really is. It kind of makes you want to stop and watch.
Yeah. It's like, what is he doing?
Yeah, no, it's bad. But yeah, anyway. So, Adam Sandler.
Yeah.
Watch that. Watch Radio. If you haven't seen Radio, it's very good.
And watch Radioland Murders by George Lucas.
Okay.
Yeah.
You seen any other movies?
I saw Radioland Murders. No, actually, I haven't seen that movie for years, and I have no clue why I just remembered it now. Yeah, I saw two movies. I saw back-to-back two French movies. The first being Les Samurai, and the second being Les Saisons. Or Seasons. The second one's called Seasons, but it's got a French title, which I cannot pronounce.
Good.
And I'm gonna and I would describe to you what these two movies are about, and tell you that I liked one and didn't like the other, and you would not think it would go the way it did. Les Samurai is a classic, taught about in like film schools type of neo-noir movie about a hitman in France who's like very suave and he always gets away with his murders. And Seasons is a nature documentary, and I really liked Seasons, and I didn't like Les Samurai. So it's kind of exactly the opposite of what I was expecting going into these two movies.
All right.
And Les Samurai, I will say, I appreciate it, but it's the kind of movie where nothing really happens, and that's the point, and it goes really, really slowly, and scenes go by and nothing happens. There's a couple scenes where people get into a fight, but it's over in seconds, and then the next scene, nothing happens. That's the whole movie.
Great.
And here's the thing. I get what they're going for. It's realistic. It's realism. In real life, things aren't exciting all the time. And the cinematography is great, and the acting is good, but it's a bore to sit through because it's so boring. And I'm sure it's a celebrated classic, but it's not for me. I like it when things happen.
That movie would probably not be for me either then.
Yeah, it's just... I feel like if you continue doing like film classes and whatnot, or if you continue like watching classic films, like you'll see it eventually.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to know what you think about it, because like I was just bored to tears. There's like and it really struck me because we were watching it with somebody else who really loves it, and there's this bugging scene, and how the scene goes is two guys sneak into the main character's apartment. They very quietly walk over to the room. They plant the bug, and they're like, oh no, the bug's too big. He's going to see it. So they take it down, and they plant a smaller bug. And then he looks at it, and he like gets off the chair, and he looks at it again. And then he closes the curtain, and then they pack up, and they leave, and nothing happens. That's the whole scene. And then at the end of it, the guy who was watching with us, he was like, man, I love that scene. And I was like, I don't think this movie's for me. Like... don't get me wrong. And I actually asked, I was like, so what am I missing about this? And he's like, well, it's really realistic. Like, it's shot like the cameraman's the lookout. And it's like, okay, I can appreciate that. But, okay. Compare this to 2001: A Space Odyssey, which I also just saw in IMAX. And it was a fantastic experience. Go see the new remaster of 2001 in IMAX if you can, because it's great. That came out before Les Samurai, and that movie's slow but interesting because it's conceptually it's always something's going on that's interesting. And Les Samurai, it's the same story and not a lot of developments in the story. It's just kind of it goes through it shows you the life of an assassin, and it's very slice of life and very low key and not very exciting. But 2001 is equally slow, but it's exciting because there's cool stuff happening. And this is really where, oddly enough, I'm the guy that's always like, art doesn't have to be about an entertainment, but I could have done for a little entertainment when it comes to Les Samurai, because it wasn't impressive enough to be that boring. Like, a lot of the boring movies I like There Will Be Blood, are super impressive from every technical level, and all the acting's great. But this, it's like, I don't know, it's just kind of, it's good in a lot of subtle ways, but it's just not fun to watch, so I wasn't really into it.
Fair enough.
And that's a joint talk for 2001. 2001's fantastic. Go see it.
Cool. Very cool.
And I think you and I talked about how 2001 is difficult to watch, and I still think it is, but I currently do think that I'm going to bump it up a few places in terms of Kubrick movies, because I'd forgotten how great it is.
I still haven't seen it.
Oh, you should absolutely see it. I think I was the one that told you it was really boring and you should avoid it. So this
well,
might...
I know you said that it is a harder movie to watch.
All right.
Just because of
oh no,
how it is.
I told you to avoid Solaris, I think.
Yes.
We were talking about Solaris.
Yep.
I was like, you don't need to see Solaris. It's not worth it. But no, 2001, totally see it. In fact, if you can find a theater showing it in IMAX, that's like the ideal way to watch it.
I can see that, yeah.
Yeah.
Very cool.
As long as you understand the movie's about 3 hours long and there is an actual intermission. Like,
yeah.
It's the only movie I've ever seen in the theater where there is an intermission and like my dad went to go to the bathroom.
If you get a chance, go see Seven Samurai, which is also that long and also has an intermission.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I would love to see Seven Samurai. In fact, there's a very good chance we'll see it this month in Movie Club.
Yeah?
Because it's Foreign Movies Month.
Oh, very cool. I hope so, because I really like that movie.
Yeah.
Anything else in movies?
Yeah, I didn't really talk about Seasons at all.
What's up with Seasons?
Not a lot to say about Seasons. It's just really it's a documentary kind of, but it's like there's not a lot of. The whole idea behind Seasons is it's showing a world where humans don't exist and animals rule the world. And it's like, it's supposed to be set in prehistoric times, but obviously they shoot it in modern day, and they go into the forests and shoot animals in the densest forests of France. And the whole idea behind the movie is it's really, really well shot. There are scenes where they're tracking like wolves running through the woods. And it's just this long, fast tracking shot whizzing past trees. And it's like, I have no clue how they did that. And it's so smooth. And it's like, wow, there's some really complicated camera work going on here. So if you want a really well shot, kind of relaxing, interesting documentary with like a narrative that has no narration, it's cool. It has a little bit of narration, but mostly there's no dialogue. It's just animals.
That's very bizarre.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah, it's a great one.
Neat.
Yee.
I don't think I've seen anything else.
I'm trying to think, or rather look, but I don't think I have either.
Is there anything immediately coming around the corner that we have to see?
Yes.
The Meg?
Mandy's coming out this month.
Mandy? What's Mandy?
I think I showed you a trailer.
Oh,
for it.
yes.
It's that
Never
Nicolas Cage
mind.
movie.
I completely know what you're talking about.
Yeah. I gotta see that.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, we gotta see that. I'm kind of upset that we have to see that, but I'm kind of excited.
I don't know, man.
Like, it's a weird mixture right now.
I love or Beyond the Black Rainbow, which is the director's other big movie. So I'm excited.
What do you think? Okay, so we saw a trailer for this movie called Assassination Nation.
Oh, right. I'm glad you mentioned that because I kind of wanted to mention it. That is so bizarre.
It looks very strange, doesn't it?
I watched the trailer with you for Black Klansman, right?
Yep.
And at the beginning of it, I was like, ugh, this looks really dumb. And then by the end of it, I was just, huh.
Yeah.
You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of Spring Breakers. It's very much like Spring Breakers, where it starts off with like annoying teenage girls, and by the end of it, it's just like extreme violence. And I was like, yeah. I guess I could kind of get into this. I only like teen movies when it's insanely violent. That's my thing. Which is why I didn't like. I was kind of hoping Barely Lethal would be like that when I went into it, but it totally was not.
Yeah.
So
definitely didn't pull that out.
Yeah.
Bummer. Could have been.
Yeah. So it's got really bad critic scores, but it looks interesting. And I would point out, I'm sure Spring Breakers has got really bad scores too, and I actually really like that one. So, yeah,
maybe, just maybe.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I can't really think of anything else as far as movies.
Me neither. I haven't really seen anything, and I'm not really looking forward to anything besides Mandy. Oh, actually, I will say that new Searching movie is apparently good.
Searching?
It's the like computer movie where the guy's looking for his daughter, John Cho.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
That looked kind of bad from the trailer. I was like, it looks like
an interesting concept.
It looks like
really
it looks like Unfriended, but it's trying to be a little better than Unfriended because it's not like schlocky horror. It's like a thriller.
Yeah. I mean, it looked like a very interesting idea, but the trailer looks like this awful movie.
Yeah, but I'm hearing that it's actually like not just like surprisingly decent. It's like actually great. Is what I'm hearing about it. So I feel like I'm gonna have to go see that.
Yeah. Cool.
So
definitely.
Yeah.
I'm down. I'm game.
Yeah. Let's go see it tonight.
I'm gumbo.
Alright.
When's the last time you had gumbo?
Gumbo?
Gumbo.
Like the dinosaur? No, wait. Like the First of all, I was trying to say the elephant. I don't know where dinosaur came from. Second of all, it's not Gumbo, it's Dumbo the elephant. And then I was also like, Gumby?
Oh my god.
What is gumbo? Tell me.
It's kind of like a stew.
No, I still don't know.
It's like craw. It's like a crawdaddy stew. It's gumbo.
Like gumbo shrimp?
Yeah.
Okay. No, I'm thinking jumbo shrimp. I don't know.
I mean, you can have gumbos with shrimp.
Well, okay.
Anyway, guess what I did today?
You made gumbo?
I picked out a monologue. I'm doing a monologue.
Oh, like for your class?
For my acting class.
Oh boy, did you pick one from like a movie?
Nope, it had to be from a play.
Oh, what play did you go for?
I don't know. I don't know what the play's called, but what I do know
can you recite it right now?
I can't. I picked it out just today, so I'm not familiar entirely with it yet. But I can tell you the premise of it, which I love.
Yeah.
There's this Mexican man
Alright.
named Emilio.
Okay.
Or something like that. And he is in a Latin American prison.
Mm-hmm. Oh, by the way, Sadie, Fashionable Death Wish, if you're listening, tell us what play this is.
Yes. And I'm almost positive I got that name wrong. It might be like Ernesto or something.
Okay, alright.
But one of these days I'll bring it in and maybe I'll recite it for you.
Yeah.
But anyway, he's in a Latin American prison with a American named Bill. And he's talking about his time in Cambridge University, I believe. And it starts off with him talking about his mother and how seeing too much of your mother's mind really changes a person. Because he's in his early 20s, right? So he's talking about himself in the past and how his mother would take him to brothels and haggle for him to go have sex with women as she waited outside.
Fair enough.
And that's my monologue.
Sweet. Well, it'll make an impact.
And I've read it now 3 times, twice out loud, once in my head. And it's hilarious. I think it's hilarious. The last line is one of the best jokes I've heard in a little while. It's pretty good. I won't do it justice, I'm sure, when I read it for you one of these days, but I think it's fantastic. I think it's such good writing. Whoever did it.
Yeah. This reminds me of an assignment me and Chris did in high school for drama class. We had to read out a scene from a selected portion of plays, and we asked the teacher, can we adapt a scene from a movie instead of these selected plays? And she's like, sure. So we adapted a scene from 2001, the scene where Hal's getting shut off at the end.
Sure.
Yeah. And
I know what you're talking about. That's why that's funny.
It turns out that there's very little dialogue on the non-Hal side of that scene. And guess who I played? Not Hal. So Chris,
Not Hal.
And that was by choice. And I feel like I got Chris to do all the work.
Good job. Congratulations.
My memory of it is I read a couple lines, and I think we edited it so it sounded like I had more lines, but like the end of it was Chris singing a song, but like slowly shutting down while he's doing it. You know, if you've seen 2001, you know this scene I'm talking about. It was just Chris like, Daisy, Daisy. And the classmates had clearly never seen 2001. They're like looking at each other like, what's going on?
That's hilarious.
And so we performed this like super weird scene from a movie that apparently nobody had seen, and I think even the teacher was like, what?
That's so good.
But Chris gave it his all. He did his best dying Hal impression.
Wow, that's fantastic. I wish I was there.
Yeah, no, I think you were graduated at that point. I believe that was our senior year. In fact, it must have been because we cared so little at that point that that's what we did. It was just like, let's do a dramatic reading of a scene from 2001.
That's so stinking funny. That's great.
Yeah, I really had this attitude in senior year of high school where I did not care, man. I was so checked out every day.
Oh, that's really funny.
And then I was panicking because I thought I was like, oh man, I'm not going to graduate. But then
it's almost impossible not to graduate at our school.
I graduated just fine.
They tell people you're not going to graduate, and then they still push you through.
Yeah, I think it's because all the teachers would say that to kids who would slack off. They're like, do you want to not graduate and still come to school? And then like I had the panic thing. I was like, oh man, I've put so little effort into this year. I'm not going to graduate. And then I graduated, and I was like, wow, okay. I didn't feel like I earned it, but then I realized that's kind of how senior year went for everybody at that school.
Yeah, basically.
So like, whatever. Senior slide's a very real thing there.
Yeah, it wasn't for me. I actually, I took on a decent loan. I mean, I had a good time, and it was very free.
you did it the right way then. Like, I should have given it my all senior year to prepare me for the things that have come ahead. Like the college that I never went to.
I mean, I wouldn't say I gave it my all. I took a lot of independent classes, so I had independent music and independent art.
Oh, yeah, I had independent music. That class got canceled, but I still got the credit.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
So, I mean, as far as, like, classes go, I had a pretty laid-back course load, but, I mean, I was still doing stuff.
Well, I told you how I told you how I had, like, 4 study halls,
yeah,
right?
You had, like, a ton of study halls, which is hilarious.
Because it was this thing where I wanted to do well in high school, in senior year. When I started, I was like, I'm not going to give in to senior slide. I'm going to give it my all. And then I took independent music. I had 1 study hall because I wanted to get all my homework done because I was doing movie club at that point, so I wanted to like save time where I didn't have to do homework on the weekends. And then like one of my classes was Chinese, and it turns out we only meet 2 days of the week. And then another of my classes was independent music, and it turns out he hadn't planned a curriculum for me, so he was just like, whatever, this will still show up as independent music, but you'll get a credit for it. And I was like, cool. And then another of my classes was online business class, and that I finished like halfway through the school year, and I had the whole year to finish it. And so the second semester of senior year, I had, and then after that, they sent me to another study hall, and I had 2 study halls. In that study hall, I was like, I want a real class this period, and she was like, okay, that's understandable. And then I was in the Lantern, and then the Lantern was like, and Fogarty in the Lantern was like, I'll give you a class. It's called Independent Journalism. You don't have to do anything. So I took that.
independent journalism.
Yeah.
You don't have to do anything.
I took a class called independent journalism at our school. Did you know there was a class called independent journalism?
Well, because I don't think it exists.
No, I think it was invented just for me and one other student.
That's fantastic.
He was like, I'll call it independent journalism. And it's not a class. He's like, basically just keep doing what you're doing for the newspaper. And I was like, okay, I'll just write movie reviews.
Oh, that's so stinking funny.
So I had 4 to 5 at sometimes free hours senior year. Finals day for my second semester. I came in and took one test and left. Of the 2 days, only one class I had a final.
That's fantastic.
I came in at 10 a.m., took an hour test, and I left. And I was done that day, and I didn't have to come into school the next day because they split them up over 2 days.
That's really funny.
But anyway, now that I'm done ranting about, well, not ranting, just kind of like the good old days of when I didn't have to do anything.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
Oh, that's really good.
So I imagine my senior year went quite a bit differently than yours.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah.
That's fine. I always wish I did the PSEO thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But
yeah, I took one of those classes where the teacher's not in the room with you. The Skype classes.
Yeah, well, I wanted to go to the school and do the PSEO thing like Alex did.
Right. Yeah.
But they never told me about it until it was too late.
Well, yeah, but that's what I did. Like Chinese for me was we were in a room and then no attendant, like nobody would come by to start it. It's just the computer was on always, and then the call would start when we needed to learn, and we didn't learn because we had a remote to mute the microphone. So we would just mute it while she was talking.
Are you kidding me? Like the whole class would just be like, "You want to mute it?" And then you guys would.
Yeah, we would vote on it, and it would be like a really like
seriously
like raise your hand under the table if you want to mute it.
Oh my god! Are you kidding?
And then we would watch anime on somebody's laptop.
That serious? How many people were in this class?
Like 4.
Oh, okay. Well,
it wasn't like a huge class.
I was gonna say, I'm thinking like 10 to 15 people, and that's too many.
We blew off work a lot, and we did.
Well, because you can't expect kids to actually learn Chinese over the course of a school year. Are you kidding me?
It turned out Chinese is a whole lot more complicated than we all anticipated, and
of course it is.
I tried to learn it for a while, and then it's like nobody's doing any work, and it's like I don't even need this class, so I was like, whatever.
Oh my god.
And I still graduated. So.
I like the idea everyone's voting under the desk to mute the call.
Yeah. We had this like non-verbal communication. There's just somebody who would like look around, like nod, being like, "You want to?
Oh my
you want to just not do this today?"
That's
and then
absolutely hilarious.
Oh, did I tell you? Occasionally, somebody would come into the class late, and then he would stop at the doorway. And he would like make motions to us, and if we wanted to not have class that day, he would flip the lights off, and we would just leave the room.
What?
And then he would flip the lights back on, and we were just gone. And we'd go to the study hall or something.
What?
We'd go to the computer lab.
You're telling me that this poor girl on the other side of the computer...
No. See, the thing is, she has like 5 or 6 classes at once.
Yeah.
And she's overseeing all of them. And then she's it's like a security camera feed. Like the lights go out in one and they come back up and everybody's gone. It was bad. Don't get me wrong, it was a bad thing to do.
So you're telling me she's like seeing these 5 different little tiny screens, and then all of a sudden one goes black, and she's just like,
who turned the lights off?
What? And then they come back on, and nobody's there.
Yeah, that was just how we would if we wanted to just like do our work on our own instead of like going through the classes as normal. We would just do that.
What the hell?
To be fair, I didn't really have any part in that, but it was like when they did that, I was like, I don't want to be the only one left in the classroom.
Imagine you just sitting there alone now, and you're just like, well,
I'd be like,
I guess I'm here.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
The ironic thing is, to complete the joke, I was just gonna say a Chinese phrase. I don't remember any Chinese phrases.
See, that's the actual joke.
Funny enough. Believe it or not, I didn't learn much Chinese.
Oh, wow.
I know more Japanese than I know Chinese because I was not a good student. The other funny thing about that class is we had like whiteboard wars with the German class that took the same room. Like we would always draw stuff for the German class and then like leave notes for the German class. And
what?
I had a German pen pal.
What?
We there was this piece of paper. One day we came in, there was just a piece of paper on my desk and it said hello at the top of it. And I was like, this must have been left by somebody from the German class who takes the same room. And like nobody ever checks the room, so it just stayed there. And I wrote, hey, what's up, or something underneath it and left it. And then the next day they responded and I had a pen pal. We were just talking.
Oh,
to this day.
Okay, wait. So you're talking about there was a piece of paper that said hello.
Yeah.
You went in the next class period, you wrote down, hey, what's up? And then there was another class that came in
and then
that taught German
and
that
then,
left that note.
Yeah, and then they would respond.
Okay.
And then I would...
Now let me tell you what I thought you were talking about.
Okay.
I thought you were talking about another class in this Chinese class who happened to be Germans.
No.
We're leaving you notes.
The German class and the Chinese class were in the same room, just at different times. So
that makes a lot more sense.
And then we had like this whole conversation with the I have no clue who it was to this day. I have no clue who I was talking with.
That's great.
And given the fact that it's a pretty small school, I probably knew who the person was. I just never thought to ask.
Well, I know people used to do that on desks.
Oh yeah.
They would
that was a thing.
Start writing.
Sometimes when I would take certain desks that weren't mine, like when we changed up places in certain classes, I would find that on the desk. It's like there's some history here.
There's something happening.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that was always like super interesting.
It was like early texting.
Yeah, very interesting.
Yeah.
Do you want to get back to the actual podcast?
Okay, sure. I think we've gone on a very large tangent about the high school experience.
Fine.
Yeah.
Fine.
Yeah, okay, let's get back to the extra pageant.
So, wait.
Let's talk about music.
No.
What were we talking about?
We're talking about movies. I think we're done with movies, though.
I think so, yeah.
Then I was talking about my monologue, and then I basically finished that.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's talk about music.
Sick. Hold on.
Sick Tricks by Big.
What?
Just, what's your song of the week?
I need to look up the name of it because I forgot. It's an interesting one. You're gonna like it.
Am I?
Yes. I guarantee you.
Am I?
You're gonna love it. It is. Oh, jeez. This is. I need to scroll all the way to the bottom of this playlist. Good Songs is like almost 400 songs long now, so I gotta get there.
Good.
It is The Narrows by Rage Against the Machine.
Off of what album?
Off of the first album, my friend.
Is it?
Yes. Here's the thing.
I don't remember it.
The special edition on Spotify has demos, and I just now realized that some of them are demos for songs that weren't on the album. So it's like first drafts of songs that never were.
Huh.
And I listened to a few of them, and it's interesting. The songs that didn't come to be on the album. And The Narrows is by far my favorite of them, because it's like, it's a good song. It probably could have made it on the album if they wanted to go through with it, so...
I will probably give that a listen.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a pretty sick track. I mean, it is a demo, so it sounds really, really amateur.
Is it a diss track?
A diss track?
Is it a diss track?
No, I don't think so.
Is he dissing anybody?
I don't think so. It's just called The Narrows.
Well, I don't know.
He's dissing society.
Well,
I mean, that's the whole idea behind the album.
Every track is a diss track.
Yeah, basically.
To the man.
So yeah, that's my song of the week. It's one of the Rage Against the Machine songs that wasn't. So
this is gonna be kind of fun.
Yeah.
Because I got a polar opposite song of the week. So yours is this like heavy punk, rap, just kind of song.
Yeah.
Mine is Easy Like Sunday Morning.
Okay.
Which is the chillest song I think I've picked ever for this podcast.
Well, see, I was almost gonna do a song by Iron and Wine, but I didn't. I might do it next week, but it was super chill, super laid back. So I'm kind of glad I didn't. We could have a little contrast here.
Yeah. This is the one by Charles Givings. Easy like Sunday morning. It's just called Easy in parentheses Sunday morning. Like Sunday morning. It's super duperty chill. It's such a good song.
Cool.
It's one I just turn on in the car, roll the windows down, and just kind of bob to.
Yeah.
You know, makes you feel good. Makes you feel happy.
Yeah.
Makes you relax a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like it. I like it a lot. And I would listen to it again. Like right now. If I could. But we can't because we're doing a podcast. So there's that.
What can you do?
What could you do?
Yeah.
Listen to any other music lately, Colin?
I'm trying to think. I don't think so. I've been listening. I listened to the Mamas and the Papas, California Dreamin'.
Nice.
And I'm.
What did you think about that?
Well, I mean, I knew it obviously, but it's like, it's a good song. I don't know. Hasn't really been stuck in my head, but I've been thinking about it recently. I don't know. Yeah. It's a chill track. It's a good song.
I got one song that I want to talk about desperately that you need to listen to.
Okay.
It's called Man in the Box.
Oh. Is it by Alice in Chains?
No.
Okay.
It's written by Alice in Chains.
Wait, what?
But this one is done by Les Claypool's Duo de Twang.
Oh no. Oh gosh. No.
Oh, and it is something else.
I feel like I gotta hear that.
It is. I was driving home today, and I was just like going through my stuff, and all of a sudden this popped up, and I was listening to it. I'm like, this is just Alice in Chains, but it's not. It's very very weird.
Yeah.
It's very funny. And I started laughing, and it was then, my obligation to put it into my songs.
Yeah.
And now you have to listen to it.
Cool. I will. Are you familiar with Primus's Willy Wonka album?
Very little bit, not like incredibly familiar.
The point is, Les Claypool has done some strange things in his career.
Yes, he has. For sure.
Yeah.
He's a very bizarre kind of guy.
Yeah, and I love him.
Yeah. So yeah, that's what I listen to as far as music. I mean, I listen to a lot of the classic jams like Joe Walsh, Eagles, George Thorogood, Sam Cooke, Van Morrison, Zeppelin, Styx, Stone Temple, Steve Miller, CCR, Asia, 38 Special, Beatles, Fleetwood Mac, Journey, Chicago, Leonard Skinner, Dixie's Midnight Riders. I mean, Come On Eileen, because nobody listens to any other songs by them. Paul Simon.
The hardest question in the world is name
Ray Charles.
Name 2 songs by Dixie's Midnight Runners. Can anybody do it?
No.
Yeah,
it's impossible.
That's the point. I'm sure somebody can do it. Somebody who was actually alive in that time could probably do it.
Billy Squire, Bachman Turner Overdrive, Stevie Wonder.
Listen to any Boston.
Steelers Wheel.
Listen to any
Bill Withers.
REO Speedwagon.
Ben E. King. Fears for Tears.
Did you say Fears for Tears?
Nope.
Okay.
Stevie Ray Vaughan. Rush.
Is that just what we're doing now? We're just listening bands? Is that what's going on?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I was like, this is going on for a really long time.
I kind of wanted to just keep going.
Do it for the rest of the episode.
For the next 15 minutes.
Kansas. Yeah. Haven't really been listening to any music.
Yeah. Well, see, I went camping with a bunch of old people, so I had to play to my audience, and that's the music they kind of like. Rat, Warrant, Jackal.
Yeah.
Whenever I'm a lot of hair metal bands and a lot of the old classics.
Whenever I'm in the car with old people, my go-to is Steely Dan.
Nice.
for whatever reason. I don't know.
Typically, I like to start at CCR because everyone loves CCR.
Yeah.
And then I go from there.
But in a little Fleetwood Mac, it's hard to go wrong with Fleetwood Mac.
It's true.
And Fleetwood Mac is like actually.
I saw McFleetwood. Did you know that?
Like, in concert or in person?
Yeah, in concert. Just McFleetwood. Okay.
That'd be kind of neat.
Yeah.
How was he?
I was in Hawaii.
Oh yeah.
So
this was like a long time ago then.
It was a while ago. Yeah.
Okay.
I saw this big guy. His name was like Uncle K or something like that.
Ah, okay.
And he's a huge guy, and he plays the ukulele.
Oh, yeah.
And it's not Israel. It's not the famous guy that died.
Right, because I was thinking that guy.
Yeah, no, he died.
Oh, yeah.
This is a blues guy, and he's big. And he plays guitar as well, but he also plays the ukulele. Oh, yeah. And he was fantastic. And then Mick Fleetwood was on. He just like came on, and he was just like, I'm here. Yeah. And he played drums, and it was very cool. And we saw Taj Mahal.
Oh, yeah.
Taj Mahal was very cool. A lot of blues stuff. And then out of nowhere, here comes Steven Tyler.
Yeah, you told me this story.
Yeah, which is hilarious. Like, do you expect Steven Tyler? No. Do you get Steven Tyler? Yes. And he played harmonica.
Sick.
Yeah, it was pretty sick.
Yeah.
I had a good time. And then they all came on stage at the same time and played together, which was very cool. You don't get to see Taj Mahal, McFleetwood, Steven Tyler, and a big Hawaiian man with a ukulele play together very often.
Oh yeah.
Let me tell you.
Seeing those concerts where you get a surprise musicians that are just like, you think like, I would never have thought in a million years I would see this performance going on. Those times are always great. For me, It was the Wolfpack concert where they're like, we got Prince's horn section with us, and it's like, wow,
like whoa,
that's cool,
that's awesome. Yeah,
and that was soon after Prince's death, so it was kind of a Prince tribute thing. So it's like it's a very specific time in history where it was a fantastic concert to see in Minnesota, because Prince died 40 minutes from here. We're very close to where Prince was. So yeah. When Prince died, it was this big thing in Minnesota, and I'm very happy.
It was big around the world.
Yeah, but imagine how it was around this area. Like,
well, it was huge here too.
Yeah.
I mean, this is where he's from and where he was, and but yeah, I honestly, it's weird because you grow up in Minnesota and you're like, oh yeah, everybody knows Prince. He's a Minnesota guy, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
But then when he died, you got to see his impact around the world.
Yeah.
Like there were purple lights on the Eiffel Tower in Europe.
Yeah.
In Paris.
It's pretty crazy. It's like Prince is one of the most influential Minnesotan artists. Him and Bob Dylan, I think.
Yeah, for sure. Which, it's just something that I didn't think about. Like, I didn't think Prince was that big, but he was.
Yeah.
And he definitely was that talented. He definitely deserved it.
It goes in order of, importance. It goes, Bob Dylan, Prince, Remo Drive are the three. We got the three.
I hate you. I hate you so much. Some days I just kind of want to rip my own esophagus out.
So you're saying I make you want to start choking?
Yeah. Sure.
No, I will make you want to start smoking cigarettes till you die slowly. Anything that's bad for you. Oh jeez, it's weird to recite that song because I'm killing you. I'm killing you. You may to stop.
No.
Bad as bloods till I start choking.
No.
They're seriously the best artists.
I hate you
state.
So much.
You really don't like Remo Drive, do you?
I don't like them that much.
Dude, Remo Drive are geniuses, and I'm just waiting for the rest of the world to figure that out.
I don't hate it. I just don't like it.
Art school.
Colored hair. So cool.
For me, but that's fair.
I mean, once again, like I said, musically I actually like it, but
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of those vocals.
That's fair. I mean, I guess I'm biased because I've met Eric in person.
And he's probably a great guy.
He's a great guy.
And I would probably enjoy him as a person. I'm sorry, dude. I'm not a huge fan of your music.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
That's fair.
I mean, I would support
Wait,
if you were my friend, but you're not my friend yet.
You very nearly met Eric in person.
Did I?
You know how you were supposed to, where you were wanting to come to that Jeff Rosenstock show? You would have met Eric if you went there, because I was hanging out with Nice, and it was just Nice, and then like Eric was just walked up. He was like, "Hey guys," I was like, "Is that Eric Paulson?"
As starstruck.
I was like, Eric Paulson, as I live and breathe. I was like, wow. I was just like right next to it. I was like, whoa, dude. I don't think I even really said much to him. I was just like, hey, man. And we like shook hands or something, but it was like, wow, okay. Well, I mean, to be fair, I mean, we knew he was there because Remo Drive opened for Jeff Rosenstock. Well, technically, Lawrence Stevenson opened for Jeff Rosenstock, but Remo Drive was like the big act that brought everybody there. And more so than Jeff Rosenstock, if you can believe it.
Really?
Because they're really big in this area, and Jeff Rosenstock isn't really.
That's
he's more
surprising.
he's a California boy. Yeah, no, the Remo Drive was the big draw to that show. But yeah, we knew Eric was there, but like then I forgot, like, oh yeah, Eric knows Nice and like Abe, and he just came up. He was like, "Hi, sweet,
very cool."
And I moshed with him, and I ran into him in the mosh pit. So I've very nearly knocked Eric Paulson flat on his back.
So are you telling me you've smashed Eric Paulson?
I very much have, yes.
Good.
Yeah.
Any other music we've been listening to?
Other than the sound of me and Eric Paulson bashing our bodies together, no.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Yeah, good. That's great.
Yeah, no, I don't really have anything else.
Yeah, I can't say I do either.
Yeah.
You want to talk about video games?
Yes! Yes, I do.
Oh, okay.
Because I've been playing Mafia 3, I've been playing Destiny 2, and then that's about
Two games I've heard that are not great.
You'd think that. And guess what? Destiny 2 is not great, but Mafia 3 is pretty good.
I've actually heard Mafia 3 was alright, but then gets super repetitive and boring.
I don't know yet. I mean, maybe I'm like 3 or 4 hours into it. It's not boring yet.
Okay.
The whole thing with Mafia 3 is the gameplay is not the draw, it's the story.
Oh,
And the story's really good. It is kind of Martin Scorsese-esque, and it takes place in the deep South, and you play a black man in 1964.
Oh, interesting.
So you can imagine how that is.
Yeah.
And it's all about horrific racism and how disturbing it is, and it's like how he overcomes it, and it kind of turns into a Django Unchained kind of kill all the white people type thing, but yeah, it's fun.
All right.
I've never been more happy stringing up a redneck by his neck on a
I don't like where this is going.
Ferris on a Ferris wheel. That's what I'm going for, and then it just goes up, and he just gets slowly lynched.
Oh my god!
That's the thing that happens in the game, and I was like, "This is horrifically violent, and I'm enjoying it. I'm having a good time."
So it feels very Quentin Tarantino-esque.
It is very Quentin Tarantino-esque, and the story's, but it's not. It takes itself a little more seriously than Quentin Tarantino. It's like the story is actually this.
Very cool.
It's this really, really hard-hitting revenge story, and it's very, it's good. This story's great. It's one of the few games I've ever played where I want to keep playing because of the story, not so much because of the gameplay. Because the gameplay is like, did you play Mafia 2 at all? It's more,
yeah, a little bit.
It's more or less just like Mafia 2, where like the shooting is like just functional. It's not that
It's
fun.
not great, but it works.
Yeah,
yeah.
It works, but it's not that fun. And the shooting's just a means to
tell a story.
The shooting's just a mean to trudge through some conflict that gives context to the story, and the shooting's a way to move forward in the story.
Yeah.
So the gameplay is in service to the story more so than the other way around.
All right.
So yeah, no, it was free. I don't know if you.
I have it in my library. I haven't downloaded it yet.
I give it a recommendation. It was pretty good.
All right.
Cool. I so far at least. I'll let you know if it gets super boring, but.
Yeah, well, I hope it doesn't.
It is very cool.
What did I do?
Yeah.
God of War. I think we talked about this last week.
I haven't. Yeah, we did. I still haven't gotten it, and you know why? Because there's Spider-Man's out, and we all know I'm gonna get that instead.
Well,
so.
First, let me talk about this real quick. So, God of War. I've been playing so much God of War. I burned myself out on God of War. Literally, I played too many hours of God of War, so I have to take a break.
Okay.
So what do I take a break with?
What?
Monster Hunter World.
Sick.
Because that went on sale. If anybody wants to join me to go hunt some big monsters, I am totally down. I have the dual insect blade thing, and it's awesome. I fly in the air and I attack things. It's very cool. I'm very excited. Anyway, Monster Hunter World. Very cool. If you like Monster Hunter, it's a game for you. If you have friends, it's a game for you.
Yep.
It's almost not a game for me.
Okay.
I don't have friends.
Yeah.
They don't want to play games with Colin doesn't want to play that game with me.
No.
Yeah. So I'm trying to get other people to play it with me. Please come join the hunt. I will hunt with you. So that's very fun.
PS4 probably.
Yes,
right?
PS4.
Yeah.
Monster Hunter World Online, blah blah blah. PS4. Yes, please join me.
Yeah.
Text an email at purplepandapodcast@gmail.com and we'll get playing, boy or girl.
And if anybody wants to play Destiny 2 with me, that's too bad because I'm done with it already.
Damn! Wow!
You know what?
Nice!
You know what the problem is about Destiny 2?
What's the problem?
I played Destiny 1. That's the problem.
Yeah?
You know why that's a problem?
Why is that a problem?
It's the same game.
Is it?
Why do it again?
Alright.
Great. Well, it's like so little has changed that your character from Destiny 1 is already loaded up when you start the game. You're like, oh jeez, there he is. And I was like, I mean,
here we go again.
It's practically the same game, and now there's just more of it. It feels more like an expansion to Destiny than it does a brand new game.
Alright.
And to its credit, I gave it a shot, and the missions, the first like 4 or 5 missions are all super boring. And they're so not exciting.
Great.
And it's just like waves of the same enemy, and then like a bullet sponge boss, SpongeBob. And
I saw your face change. It was so stupid.
And
God.
And the loot is super boring. And like if I hadn't played Destiny 1, I would maybe like this. But the thing is, it's like, you're going to have to throw something new at me, Destiny 2. I've done all this before, and I know where it ends. It ends in me just getting frustrated and stopping. So to pull me in, they do the same old thing again. And then I hear people talk where like, you only get to a certain point in Destiny 2, and then you have to stop and buy all the DLC to keep playing. And I was like, I was like, these first 5 missions are boring, and I don't even really want to get to that point. So it's like,
that's fair.
Whatever, I'm done.
Yeah.
So I am officially done with the Destiny series. If Destiny 3 comes out, I don't care. I'm not even going to get it. If it's the only reason I played Destiny 2 is because it was free. Yeah. It's free currently, and I checked it out, and I was like, nah.
You know a game that if it was free, I wouldn't even download it?
What?
Battlefront.
Battlefront. I did buy Battlefront 2 recently. Not too recently.
I am so upset with what they did.
I think you've ranted about this before.
I am boycotting all of it!
You know, I bought Battlefront 3 when it was on sale for like a ridiculously low amount of Battlefront 2, sorry. Yeah. When it was on sale for a ridiculously low amount of money, and I was like, huh, okay. Well, I mean, like, for that amount, I might as well see what all the fuss is about. And it's just not fun. Like you're boycotting it for the background goings on when it comes to this series. I'm boycotting it because Battlefront 2 is just not fun.
That's fair.
It's shallow action and it's just mindless. It's just, there's just no grit to it. There's just no sense of like progression. There's like, you don't want to keep playing. It's just not fun.
Yeah.
And I tried out all the maps, and I played online, and I was like, I don't like it. It's just not good.
Great.
So
it's good to know.
Yeah, it's good to know you're not missing out on it.
That I'm not boycotting something that was actually fun.
Yeah. No. You're boycotting it for the right reason, but it's not fun. No.
I mean, that just helps.
Yeah, it
helps my cause.
I'm sure oh jeez, I hate to sound really pretentious, but it's like, the reason I don't think it's fun is because I've very blatantly seen this formula done well, and that is the original Battlefront 2. And the whole time I was playing the new Battlefront 2, I was like, in Battlefront 2, the original is so much better. It's like this, but fun. So, like, why keep playing this? It's I honestly went back to the old one at that point. I was like, all right, cool.
Yeah, you might as well.
The only thing that the new Battlefront served to do is made me miss the old Battlefronts and go back to play those. So
there you go.
Hot take: the first Battlefront, the first in the series, is better than Battlefront 2. Fun fact. Bet you didn't know that.
Nope, I didn't.
Have you ever played the first one?
Nope.
Oh, really? It's super cool. I like it more than Battlefront 2, if I'm being honest with you.
And you're talking about the original ones?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
Just making sure.
Because as a kid, the first one I played was Battlefront 2, and then I was like, well, boy, I gotta go play the other one. And that's exactly how I said it. Well, gosh, I gotta play the other one. And it's like it's like the maps are cooler. I like the maps more. You can go prone.
That's like Halo 1 to Halo 2.
Yeah. It's very much like that. It's like, it feels more old school and feels cooler to play. So
I get that.
Yeah. I totally like the first one more, but I think maybe it's because the second one's got heroes and the first one doesn't, and everybody loves the heroes, but I've always been like, I don't know. I just like playing as the base units. I like that.
Yeah, I get that.
I'm a Call of Duty guy, not a swords guy.
Okay. Yeah. Let's see, what else I tried Dragon Ball FighterZ.
Ah, sweet.
FighterZ.
Yeah.
I don't know how people are saying it. I tried that. I just picked it up for a hot second. I didn't get a whole lot of time with it, but it is really cool. The animation is fantastic.
Is that one of those, do you have to pay for it or is it free? Is it a paid game?
No, you have to buy it.
Okay, alright.
Yeah, it's
because I seem to recall there was a game like that recently that was free, and I was trying to remember if it was that one, but it must not have been.
What?
Good to know.
What game?
I don't know.
What?
I for a second I thought maybe that one was free. I don't know.
Oh no.
Yeah.
No. But this, it's interesting. It's the animations are phenomenal. The combos, I didn't really get them. I haven't gotten into it yet, but I've heard good things about them. The worst things I've heard about this game so far are everybody in the online professional playing world, they all kind of choose the same characters. Just because they're not entirely balanced like they should be, and I don't know if that's been fixed, because last time I heard this was when it kind of first came out, so it may have been fixed. I do not know. But I'm hoping that it's fun. I'm hoping it's good.
Yeah.
The rest of the way.
But the real question is, how much would you pay for it?
I would probably, as of right now, I'd pay about I'd probably pay $40 for it.
Okay, good.
See, that's not a hard question for me to answer, Colin.
Okay, good. I just wanted to know. I don't know. I just wanted to know how much you'd pay for it.
It's not a hard question for me to answer at all.
I know. I just wanted to know. Just call me curious.
Well, let's talk about Spider-Man for a little bit.
Yeah.
So we got Spider-Man coming out in an hour and 9 minutes.
It's not out already?
No, it's coming out tonight.
Oh.
In an hour and 9 minutes.
I was completely under the impression that it was already out. I saw a post of somebody going like, "Oh man, the new Spider-Man's so fun." Okay, well.
It gets its official release in an hour and 9 minutes.
I'm totally gonna check that out.
I have it pre-ordered and already downloaded.
Really?
Yep.
I
am so hyped for this game.
I'm thinking when I get my next paycheck, I'll probably go full price for it, honestly. I don't do that often.
So hyped.
Because the
for this game,
the footage I've seen of it seems pretty cool.
It looks so cool.
I've never played a Spider-Man game that I've liked, is the thing. But like,
really?
Yeah, no. I've never played any of the good ones.
I'm so excited for this game.
I had Amazing Spider-Man back on the PS3, and that was not great.
Yeah, no, I didn't play that one.
Yeah, it was the movie tie-in one. And it was.
I really liked.
Technically speaking, this is a movie tie-in one too. But...
Yes. I really liked Web of Shadows.
Yeah, everybody says that one's good. Yeah.
Which I know had. It's not one I know a lot of people have played, but the couple I've talked about it with really like it.
Yeah.
I've played the GameCube one, which people say was really good, and I played that at Aaron's house, and they were both fantastic. And then I played Shattered Dimension, and that was awful.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it wasn't awful. It was just it's not what I wanted. I wanted to swing around. I wanted to feel free.
The movement
like
in
a bird
in the new Spider-Man looks really cool.
I know.
It looks
I'm so excited.
It looks like the most
swing.
The most
I want to
satisfying.
Swing, Colin. I want to swing.
You're talking like this reference is gonna be lost on you. You're talking like Rowan Atkinson in the movie Rat Race.
Yeah, I have no clue.
It's a race.
I want to swing.
Yes. You have the impression down perfect, despite having never seen that movie.
That's fantastic.
He plays an Italian who doesn't speak any English. He's like, it's a race.
I'm smiling too hard. My face hurts.
Seriously, Rowan Atkinson. See Rat Race just for Rowan Atkinson.
Okay.
I'm telling you, man. And John Lovitz is in it. He steals Hitler's car.
Oh, okay. Oh my god. But seriously, though, Spider-Man, I am so very hyped. I've heard nothing but good things about almost all of it. Except for a few things here and there, like side missions getting a little boring sometimes. Whatever. I don't care. I'm very excited. Spider-Man. I love Spider-Man.
I don't think I've ever played a single game in the history of ever where the side missions haven't tended to get a little boring.
Well, exactly. So I'm not too worried about that.
Yeah.
But I've heard fantastic things about the story, about the gameplay, about the Spider-Man.
Yeah. I'm gonna
swing.
Like I said, I'm gonna wait till my next paycheck, and that'll give me time to wait till the hype train dies down, and then I'll make an informed decision on whether or not I'll buy it.
Well, tell you what, I'm gonna send you Snapchat after Snapchat of me playing Spider-Man.
Okay, and I'll get jealous after a while.
That's probably true.
Yeah.
I am so hyped right now to play. I'm very excited, Colin. I want to swing. I'm so excited.
Yee?
You don't understand. It has been years since I played Web of Shadows, and I just wanted to play that again, but somebody stole my copy. So I don't even have that game anymore.
Oh yeah, and around that time, I happened to pick up a copy of Web of Shadows.
I know, how weird, right?
Yeah.
And so it's been years since I've been able to play it. I just want to swing, Colin.
Yeah.
I just want to swing.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to fly through the air and swing. Let me swing, Colin.
Yeah, when I was a kid...
Colin, push me. Push me in a swing. Are you going to tell that story about swinging to tomorrow? Are you going to tell...
Push me swinging to tomorrow.
Are you going to tell me that story on how you stole somebody's game?
No, I've never stolen anybody's game.
Wait, was that me? Did I steal somebody's game?
There was a time where I crawled through somebody's window.
I love this story.
They got locked out of their house, and they're like, "You're a small boy." can you crawl in through the window and unlock the door?" And I was like, "Sure." So I crawled in through the window.
Boy.
I like climbed up the side of the house and like crawled in through the window. And then they were like, "I can't pay you, but I have this copy of Super Smash Bros. Melee on the GameCube. You can borrow it for a week. Then I'm gonna need it back." And that was the first time I played a Super Smash Bros. Game.
That's fantastic. I love that story.
But what I was gonna say is, my copy of, geez, what game was it? I want to say the first Beautiful Joe, or maybe was it like Sonic Riders, or Shadow the Hedgehog? One of the games on GameCube I had. I lent it to a friend of mine when I was growing up in the trailer park, and I kept saying, "Oh, can I get that back?" And they're like, "Oh yeah," and then they would forget about it, and then that person moved away, and I never got it back. So Devin, if you're listening,
I hate you.
I'm gonna need that back.
It's not Beautiful Joe because you still have that downstairs.
Right, or I have Beautiful Joe too.
Oh,
so
it might be the first one.
Who knows?
Yeah, maybe. That would make a lot of sense.
So Devin, if you're listening,
I'm coming for you.
Give me it back.
This is a warning.
Look, you may think to yourself you're free and clear because you think he's an adult, he's got a job, he can clearly just go buy another copy of Beautiful Joe on the GameCube.
No, all that means is he has more time to hunt you down.
That's where you're wrong. Every dollar that I've saved that could have been towards just buying a replacement, no. I am going to kill you and take it back. I've invested all of it in a private investigator who's going to hunt you down wherever you are.
I've bought a gun.
Yeah.
I got a bullet. I bought a knife.
I
have carved your name into that bullet.
This whole thing is funny to me because I once lent a copy of Killzone Shadowfall to Goob, our good friend, and I wanted it back one day, and I was so lazy that I just bought another copy of it instead of going over to his house to get it back. I just went online. I was like, "Oh, it's on sale."
God,
and I just got another one.
That's the dumbest thing I've heard in a long time. That was just free too. Oh my God,
yeah.
Colin, you're awful. How long ago was that?
Like a year ago.
Alright. Do you like that game?
No, not really. I don't know. I just...
Oh my God.
I had a hankering to play it again. So I did.
Wow.
And I was like, "Oh, cool. It's okay."
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
That's awful. That's really awful.
Yeah, I know. And then I think he a week or so after that he was like, "Oh yeah, I could get you your Shadowfall back," and I was like, "No need.
I already bought a new one."
I just bought a new one. So he now owns my copy of Shadowfall.
Oh my God, that's really funny.
Yeah.
How much money have you put to that game now?
Well, to be fair, I didn't even buy the first one. It was when I got a PS4. My parents gave it to me as a gift. Oh. Not the PS4, but it was like they knew I got this newfangled console, and they're like, "What games are popular on the PS4?" And at the time, it was a new console.
Yeah.
And they're like, "Killzone Shadowfall," and they got that, and I was like, "Cool." So no, I've technically have only paid like $20 on the game, but I've owned 2 copies of it.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
That's almost as good as me owning 4 copies of Borderlands 2, but only buying 1.
Yeah. We all have things like that, like the Mafia series, Mafia 2 and Mafia 3. I didn't pay for either of them. They're both free offers. The first one was from Xbox 360. The second one was from PS4.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah. Let's see, Borderlands 2, I bought... Oh, which one did I... Okay, so I bought the The console one I didn't buy because I got that one free on Xbox. I got a free one for PC. I got a free one, disc copy for Xbox 360, and then I actually bought the Handsome collection.
Yeah.
The Handsome Jack collection. So then that's the only time I've ever actually bought Borderlands.
Yeah.
Which is hilarious to me that I've owned 4 copies and I've only bought one technically.
Yeah.
I love that. I think that's great.
Yeah, it is.
It's kind of also sad because I would have put that much money towards Borderlands because of how much I enjoyed it, but what do you do?
Well, yeah, what can you do?
I should just find the guy and hand him like $40.
I own 2 copies of NBA 2K16 and I've played neither of them. I don't know if you can infer this about me just based on context clues. I'm not a big fan of basketball, believe it or not, or sports in general.
Yeah.
And I've gotten 2 copies of NBA 2K16 for free.
Yeah.
And so I did not download either of them. But
I tried playing NBA 2K17
yeah.
for approximately 15 minutes, but it crashed twice.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
That was my experience with that game, and then I deleted it from my console.
Yeah, like, when I play a game like Mafia 3, like, I can't go out of my house and embark on a big grudge mission against an enemy mafiosos.
I mean, you already have with Devin.
But true. You know, I was in a gang when I was a kid. We were called Diddles, I believe, or Noodles or something
Noodles,
like that.
yep.
Noodles, yeah, the Noodles gang, and we would get a little thing tattooed on our ankles, but it was actually like Sharpied on. Noodles with a Z.
Yeah.
Because it was a gang.
Yep.
And I believe Devin was a part of the gang.
God damn it, Devin.
So it's technically a...
This is an in-house fight that has to go down.
There's a lot of Devin name dropping, despite the fact that I haven't talked to Devin in probably over a decade at this point.
Wow.
And have you even met? Do you even know who I'm talking about?
I might if I saw a face.
Yeah, probably.
It's a small town.
Yeah. So...
I was born in a small town.
Yeah, no, my point is, it's like, I play Mafia 3. I do, yes.
Okay.
My point is, I play Mafia 3 because I can't just go out and do that. But, like, why play NBA 2K16 when you can just grab a basketball and do the basketball hoop, local basketball hoop?
Would you do that?
Yes, I have done that.
Have you?
A lot when I was a kid, not so much as an adult, but I have done it with you as an adult once.
Oh, yeah, we did.
We grabbed a basketball. We walked down to the nearest park.
I forgot we did that.
Yeah, and we played a pickup game of basketball, and then we ended it both just, like, exhausted. At least I was exhausted, because I am not an athletic type.
I am currently in pain because I'm trying to become an athletic type.
Okay.
So I wouldn't recommend.
Yeah.
My abs, what little I have,
Yeah.
hurt a lot as of today.
You know, mine do too, but it's mostly just because of how I'm sitting.
Yeah, good.
And the fact that this couch is all messed up right now.
I like how you're in pain because you sat funny on a couch, and I'm in pain because I actually like did crunches.
Yeah.
It's such a different kind of thing.
Yep.
Yeah, no. I'm taking a lifetime fitness class.
You know, it's like my lifetime's a struggle too. Like my lifestyle's a struggle. Like sometimes when I'm laying down on the couch, it gets a little uncomfortable, and I've got to like readjust my position.
Oh my god, I hate you.
You know, it's not easy being me.
Oh wow.
So you think about that next time you go to work at a place like Uline. Oh, your days are so hard. When I go to work, sometimes the chair's like back gives out, so I like lean back farther than I meant to. So look, you're not the only one that's got it hard, all right?
Oh, that's good. That's great.
Are you happy to be not working at Uline anymore?
You know, I have mixed feelings, right? Because
Okay.
I lost over 20 pounds working there,
Well, yeah.
which is good. I enjoyed the people for the most part. They were friendly.
Right.
I was making a good paycheck every 2 weeks. You know, it was a good paycheck. So I miss it in some regards. But I don't miss getting up super early.
Yeah.
I don't miss having to lift super heavy boxes. I don't miss nonsensical errors that aren't my fault. I don't miss just working and standing on my feet for 8 hours, 10, 12 hours a day, depending on if I work overtime. So I have mixed feelings about it.
Yeah, I understandable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'll be going back in February. At least that's the plan. So.
Okay.
More paychecks. Woo!
Yeah. Oh man, you're gonna be working when I have my birthday then.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a shame.
I can take off for it if you tell me about when early enough.
Probably just gonna go to Red Robin's.
Dope.
Because that's what we did for your birthday, and then it'll sure be what we do for mine.
Dope. I'm super actually excited for that.
Yeah.
I was like beyond like weirded out that that's like a thing that we decided to do when we were pretty young, like 16, 17 years old.
We kept to it, actually.
And we did.
Yeah.
Yeah, very bizarre. Just very strange that, I don't know.
It was very surreal actually doing it.
Yeah.
It's just like, what? Okay. The context of this is when we were 16 or 17, still in high school, when me and Josh were like relatively recent acquaintances, and we're just starting to like go hang out and like go to get lunch and dinner and that kind of thing after school. We went to Red Robin's quite a bit, and you notice there's this Bailey's
Irish
milkshake.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, we were like, oh, that sounds so good. I can't. And you were like, when I'm 21, I'm gonna come back here, this very restaurant, and I'm gonna order that drink, and exactly that happened.
Yeah, and it was just very strange, you know.
Yeah.
Like, and it was only a 4 or 5 year difference, but like,
yeah.
It's such a bizarre thing to think about. Like, as a kid, I was like, I want to do that, and then I did. I don't know. It seems so mundane when talked about, but it was very, very surreal.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna die.
Wow. All right. Let's do it. Anyway, so video games, yeah, that's happening. Spyro will be coming out eventually here. Very excited for that. Like I've said before, I just want to charge at things and breathe fire and be a purple dragon because purple dragons are dope.
Yeah, that does interest me. The Crash Bandicoot HD thing didn't really interest me because I'm not into Crash Bandicoot at all. But the Spyro thing, that's kind of caught my attention.
Yeah, I'm very excited for it. Anything else in video games happening? Anything else coming out?
No.
I can't think of Mega Man 11.
Yes.
Coming eventually. I'm excited for that.
Yeah.
I hope it's good. I just hope it's good.
Same.
I want it to be hard, but not stupid.
Not like Mega Man 2 hard.
No, Mega Man 1 hard.
Mega Man 1 hard? Oh, yeah. That's right. We beat Mega Man 1.
We did.
On
and there was some ridiculously stupid things in that game.
Yeah. Those episodes never came out. The public will never know.
Yeah. There's some good bits.
I want to do Digibaka again.
I know!
Because I was just recently going to check out some clips, and it's like, man, we had fun.
Yes, we did. It was so good.
Remember the time when we had a Game Grumps ripoff channel?
Yeah, it was awesome.
See, the thing is, it's like we were just like, let's be like Game Grumps.
I mean, basically, we're just let's do a gaming channel. And we did. It was fun.
The funny thing about it is, it just happened to take the form of basically what the Game Grumps did. Like, the thing is, we had Chris who wanted to edit it but didn't necessarily want to be on episodes, and you and I, who have good dynamic personalities, who wanted to record the episodes, and you had two personalities and one editor who's holding it all together, exactly like Game Grumps. And I think in the course of this, when we were like, we gotta come up with an intro, and I was like, I'll write the music for it, and then you were like, let's do cartoon versions of ourselves. And at the very end, we stepped back at it, we looked at our channel, and we're like, my God, this is just Game Grumps.
Yep.
We've made a Game Grumps ripoff channel.
Yep.
Every little piece of it is exactly like Game Grumps.
Yep.
And I think it was a subconscious thing because I never really thought of it that way when we were like working it out. I think at a couple points I was like, oh, we're getting a little similar to Game Grumps, but I never realized the scope of it until it all came together. And it was like, whoa.
Yeah, no, it really did come together to be just Game Grumps.
Yeah. And the funny thing about it is, well, not funny, just the interesting thing about the channel is, like, I hate to, you know me, I'm pretty self-deprecating, and I hate to give credit to my own work, but I think we had a good thing going there.
I think we had some pretty good bits.
Yeah, I think it was actually pretty fun.
There was a couple of really actually funny episodes that I actually watched and enjoyed.
Yeah. So...
Which sounds kind of really egotistical now that I realize that it was just watching myself.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean...
But others seem to enjoy it as well, so I guess maybe I'm not alone.
I'll never forget that time that I went to school and... I walked past a kid on their tablet, and they were watching an episode of that show. and I knew it was because I saw the gameplay, and I saw like it was when we were doing the bad captures, and it was like the bad quality, and it was Arkham Asylum, and I recognized the gameplay, and I stopped by and like watched for a bit, and then I kept going because I didn't want to just be staring, and I was like, whoa. I'm famous. and then I talked to you, Josh, and I was like, Josh, there's a kid in the cafeteria watching our show. And then you were like, oh yeah, that's Jacob. That's my little brother. I was like, oh. Okay.
All of a sudden, it got a lot less cool.
I was like, oh, okay, that makes perfect sense.
Oh my god! I mean, how funny would that be?
Because I was having
from our school got somehow on the internet just found our channel.
Yeah,
that would be crazy.
But in my mind, I had this thing where like everybody knows about us now because it's this random kid, kid's watching it, and we're gonna be like school celebrities. And then I was like, oh, no, that's just my brother.
And it's funny because you had met my brother before.
I saw him. Yeah,
you didn't know him. Not
I didn't
really,
know. No,
but you probably just saw the back of his head, and you were just like, I don't know who that is.
Yeah, the only time I had really met, quote unquote, your brother was when you gave me rides to school because I didn't want to take the bus. Do you remember that period of our lives where I was still taking the bus because I was 15, and you were 16 and you had a car, and you would just come by the bus stop and just take me right to school some mornings.
Yeah.
And I was like, sweet.
Yeah.
So.
It was really cool.
Oh, man. This is like the reminiscing episode where we just talk about our childhood. Yeah.
But yeah. I did tell my mother if I'm not home by 10:30, 10:45 that
call the police.
Call the police. I'm dead because I really need to start playing Spider-Man.
Yeah. I understand you, man. I think it's about time to call the episode quits.
I'm so excited for Spider-Man, my man.
Yeah, it's been a fun episode, and I don't want to keep you from your Spider-Man any longer. Is there anything else? Oh, I finished Twin Peaks season 1, and I watched the first episode of season 2.
And you really liked it?
Yeah, I really liked season 1. It ended on way more of a cliffhanger than I was expecting, so I was like, oh man, I gotta keep watching. So now I'm on to season 2.
That's how they get you.
Season 1's great. Season 2, the first episode was great, but we'll see if there's I hear season 2 is nowhere near as good as season 1, so I'll see for myself. I'll be my own judge, but I hear there's a big drop off in quality in season 2, so
alright,
we'll see. But so far, first episode was great. It was another hour and a half long episode. So
cool. Well, I still haven't gotten to that, but I hope to.
Taskmaster season 7 is going, and I'm all caught up with season 6, and I've seen the first 2 episodes of season 7, and I love that show.
Cool.
The first episode of season 7 is just absolutely hilarious. The second episode's also good. I'm still not sure how I like the cast, but there's some great scenarios that have come out of it. So,
I want to talk about this. Hot Ones.
Yeah?
Just had an episode with Jeff Goldblum.
Yeah.
Have you seen it?
Not yet. It's on my watch list.
Watch it.
Okay.
It's hilarious. I loved it.
I love Jeff Goldblum.
I do too. And now I love him even more.
Yeah.
He's such a bizarre guy.
Well, I've seen the name of the episode, and that alone has me intrigued.
Yeah.
Jeff Goldblum admits he likes to be called Daddy.
Yes. Yep.
That's a way to hook you.
It is. It's a very funny episode. I liked it a lot. If you don't know what Hot Ones is, it's celebrities eat hot wings and answer interview questions.
Yeah.
It's good. But yeah, this one in particularly is very fun. And to relate it back, Steve was on it. Oh, but that's back to A24. Crap. Well, here we are.
This is the problem when we record A24 and the podcast on the same day. We start to blur the line on which is which.
That's okay.
Watch the A24 Quest to hear us talk about Steve-O. And also watch the A24 Quest because it's one of my favorite episodes we've ever done, I think.
Alright.
What do you think the worst episode of A24 Quest was? Gotta be Revenge of the Green Dragons.
Probably, yeah.
Because that or the one where we talked about Remember. Because the disagreement there got to the point where I got the sense that we were getting, like, actually angry at each other.
Those are always so funny to listen back to, at least for me.
Because it was like, it's like it started joking because we had such different opinions about Remember, and then at the end of it, it was like, okay, we should probably move on. Because it was getting, like, too real.
Oh, that's funny.
It's like, and furthermore, I've never liked you to begin with.
See, those are my favorite parts, though, because they're so stinking funny.
Yeah.
Like, in the aftermath, like, at the time, I'm just like, I hate you! But then it's like, listen to it later, it's like, oh my god, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
Woo, yeah. It's good. It's good times.
Okay, well.
I think that's it.
That calls an episode. We've been doing some long episodes recently. Sorry about that.
This episode is just called, I Will Remember You.
Yeah.
Alright, cool.
See you on the next time where we
talk about Spider-Man.
Boil a broccoli. Crawfish.
Gumbo.
Boil a gumbo.
Ooh, you know what? I need to give you some gumbo.
No thanks, I'm full.
Full of onions.
You know, ogres are like onions.
In my acting class, there's this girl that I sit across from, and she has done the live action musical for Shrek.
That is fantastic.
She's played in it. She's been one of the characters.
Did Smash Mouth do the soundtrack to that?
No. They sang it.
It's a shame.
I think that's about it.
Yep. See you around. Catch you on the flip side.
Adios.